one time. He's one of the funniest guys around. You're going to love him. Mr. George Gordon.
What's up, Queens? Take those M&Ms, lady. One more time for my buddy Liz. All the comments. No, I gotta talk, so that'd be kind of weird, just eating candy up on stage. I'm trying to be a professional here. No. But I'm gonna ask for some of those later. So. That's gross, but it is good here to be here in Astoria. I've lived in New York for 9 years. I've been to Astoria 7 times, I think. 3 of which is because I fell asleep on the train trying to go somewhere else. It's like Astoria. Wait, that's not how this is supposed to end. Bizarre. I'm at a point now with my comedy in which I want to talk about things that I like. It's a very novel idea. That's where I'm at right now. A lot of comics will get on stage and be like, "Don't you hate it when?" And I'm not knocking that. I'm just going to go the other direction. And one thing I think I like now is I think I like Halloween. I didn't like it as a kid. I fucking love it now. Now, whenever I dress up, I'll dress up as some sort of famous black person. Quite a few years ago, I dressed up as Kobe Bryant during his scandal. It was a big hit. A few years ago, I dressed up as Tiger Woods during his scandal. Even bigger hit. This past year, I dressed up as Steve Urkel, which, as you can tell, not much of a stretch from how I normally dress. I went out with my then girlfriend. She dressed up as rap superstar Nicki Minaj. Bit of a stretch for her, seeing that she's white. And before we go out, she goes, "I'm dressing up as rap superstar Nicki Minaj. But don't worry, I'm not going to go in blackface." And I went, I didn't know that was something I needed to worry about. Like, fellas, don't you hate it when your girl shows up on a party in blackface? Women be shopping and be wearing blackface. It's a silly joke. I am originally from Virginia, not to brag. And for some reason, everybody I grew up with, they think whatever's going on in their life has got to be way funnier than anything I can come up with on my own. So I get emails, text messages from people I grew up with, and at the end of that email, at the end of those text messages, it just says, "Use that in your act." So this is a text message I got from my buddy Grant. He's married with 2 kids, financial planner living in Nashville, Tennessee. The text message goes, "Hey George." That's my name in case you're wondering. "Hey George, just had a vasectomy. You should see my balls right now. They look like a crime scene. LOL. Use that in your act." He's like, "Well, Grant, you just made my act." This is what I gotta deal with. Turn Wait, what did you say?
I said it was very funny.
Oh, well, thank you.
Grant.
Oh, it was?
Grant.
Okay, all right. I'll let him know that. You know, we're not really talking about Grant at all anymore. Let's talk about George. Can we get Mr. Can we? No. It's okay.
It's about what you like.
I'm sorry?
It's about what you like.
It is about what I like. I was going to go a different direction. No, did you hear that sigh? I realized the exact moment in which I got old. It was on my 36th birthday. That was the exact moment in which I feel like I got old because I got drunk, was walking home, I tripped, and I fell down. That was the exact moment. Which I realized is like, we are old. Because like in my 20s, getting drunk, tripping, and falling down, I didn't give a shit. It was like, let's do another shot of Jaeger. This sidewalk can't hold me. But at 36, getting drunk, tripping, and falling down, I was like, oh fuck. I guess I live here now. Hurts. You guys seem like adults. Struggling with adulthood?
Yes.
Is that yes for you or is that for you? It's for her? It's tough out there, isn't it? You probably never did this. I used the word halvesies in a sentence a few weeks ago. No adult should ever say the word. Nobody above the age of 12 should say the word halvesies. To my credit, I did say it in a very adult situation when I said we should probably go halvesies on this morning after pill. Boom! It was very light. It was light conversation. This is so much fun. I'm so glad I did not. I don't do drugs, which people find hard to believe. I know that because whenever anybody ever offers me drugs, and I go, I don't do drugs, they go, well. I find it hard to believe. It's a true story. I smoked some weed for the first time in like 2 years, like 6 months ago. And I realized getting high, why I don't like to get high. And that's because I don't like to be high. Now I don't know what happens to y'all when y'all get high. But when I get high, I feel as if I have a wet ass. Anybody else? Like wet, like I'm riding a bicycle in July. It's like, what kind of weed is this? This is the kind of weed that makes your ass wet and it's working. I'm so uncomfortable. Going home. She just goes, ew. I'm going to tell y'all a story. And I'm going to tell y'all what happened the last time I told that story. I was sitting in a bar, and sitting next to me was none other than the original Becky from Roseanne.
Ooh.
I know, right?
Yeah. Where's she been?
She's been doing a lot of stuff. Yeah, of all people sitting next to the original Becky from Roseanne. Now at first, I didn't know who she was. But then we started talking. And then we started drinking. And then she was on a TV show in the 80s, and I went, holy shit. I know exactly who you are. You're the goddamn original Becky from Roseanne. And the more we talked and the more we drank, the more I started to realize that the original Becky from Roseanne was giving me, your good friend, Mr. George Peyton Gordon III, the signal. And I was like, well, original Becky from Roseanne, it is about to go down. But at the time I had a girlfriend, and at the time I wasn't trying to cheat on my girlfriend, but we are talking about the original Becky from Roseanne. When is this ever going to happen again? So I started making deals. I was like, all right, I'm going to go home with her and allow my then girlfriend to cheat on me with either the actor who played DJ or John Goodman, whichever the fuck comes first. I'll have you know a story that I did not go home with the original Becky from Roseanne. I did get drunk and IMDb her because I was going to watch everything that she had ever done. And I saw that she was in the movie Boys Don't Cry.
Yeah.
And I was like, I am totally not rewatching that. That is a downsies. So I told that story a few months later at a venue in Brooklyn, and guess who was there? The goddamn original Becky from Roseanne. And she comes up to me after my set and goes, hey dude, what the fuck? So I had to go, hey listen, I wasn't doing a joke about you. I was telling the story about how I met you at a bar and how you flirted with me. And she goes, well, that doesn't sound bad at all. And I go, it doesn't. And she goes, for the record, I flirt with everybody. And I was like, what? You mean I had no chance with the original Becky from Roseanne? And she was like, you had no chance. And before I had time to process what had just happened, she goes, think about it, dude. I'm the goddamn original Becky from Roseanne. True story. You guys will have fun. Thanks a lot.